Actually, it just happened because I became so obsessed with the Spice Girls when I was like 7 years old or something like that.
Mm.
And I know it sounds banal, but it really was just like, one of those kind of like childhood like obsessions that just like puts itself so like deep into your brain that it's like, that is what I need to do. That is the only way. That is the only thing I want. So from a very early age, I just started pursuing that, you know, yeah.
What did they represent to you? Why do you think they struck such a big chord?
I think it was like the freedom and the energy and well, music. I mean, music was just something that was giving it's hard to explain because as a child, but it was like music really had magic, and I remember as a kid, like also speaking about me wanting to be an astronaut. I was always looking for things that would be fantastical or magical or like otherworldly, and it was like music had that quality. And to me, the Spice Girls, they really had that quality too, and they were women, like I could identify with them. And so it was just like, it just was an epiphany, or like I was just, that's what I'm gonna do. It's really difficult to sum it up in a few words. It was because it was, as you say, it was my mind exploded in a great way. Like, I mean, I mean, but like it was really like a dream coming true. So it was just like, oh, it was so wild and it was so overwhelming. Um, and then at the same time, it was just, I don't even think I really understood what was going on until almost like a year after, if you know what I mean. It was like
Mm.
when I was in the center of the hurricane, or what it was you just said, like
Yeah.
I definitely I didn't really get it. I think, I mean, I just knew that, oh my God, I am busy, and oh my God, everybody want to work with me all of a sudden. And like, that is amazing. But also like, what do I want? And and woo, it was just a mix of all the emotions. It was just high energy,
Yeah.
high energy.
And how did you learn to deal with that, to cope with it, and to find clarity?
I mean, I don't really think I did, to be honest. I think I just went with it. I just went with it, and then I tried. And I mean, and that was when I think things actually started to be a little bit, where I started to just, where it started to get a little bit hard, I guess, was that thing of like trying to think clear while all this was going on, and like trying to be like, okay, this is a great moment for me, for us. Like, this is amazing, but what is it that I now, as the solo artist, maybe what is it that I want?
Mm.
But it was really hard for me to truly feel what that was, because it was all just like, let's just go. So, and actually, it's not that I don't I totally understand why I felt like that, and I also think it's a good idea to just go with the flow in a way, and so
Mm.
I don't regret anything about that. Actually, I guess the only thing, if I was to say something that I wish, then I guess maybe I wish that I or my team was a little bit more experienced, so we would have taken not necessarily a break, but just like a step back and be like, okay, let's focus. What is it that we
Mm.
want? Like, and let's just for a moment.
Yeah.
But again, no regrets. I don't want it to sound like I'm regretting anything. This is just me being clever now, like looking back. When I was touring with Motordrome, no, not with Motordrome. Oh my God, with Forever Neverland, I was excited for the album to be out and everything, but at the time, I had just not really been taking any breaks for like a long, long time, and I just, for a long time, just I don't know, just not allowing myself to take that time to find out what I, wanted in music and what I wanted as a private person as well. So I just kept going and like kept postponing all these things. Um, and so at some point during this Forever Neverland tour, I just I hit a wall. Like, I started getting anxiety, and I've never had that before, and my voice was broken, and it was just like all of a sudden I just realized, fuck, because I knew that I'd been pushing myself hard, but all of a sudden I was like, okay, there is here comes the check, like the bill that you have to pay after so many years of being euphoric and just like traveling and keep going and keep,
Yeah.
so that was sort of like that realization, and me starting to just wind down on touring, and you know clean up a bunch of things on the business side of things, but also my private life. That was really what inspired the beginning of this album. That had been one of my biggest problems, I think, was that I was so scared of conflict and so scared of saying no, or seeming like I didn't wanted it or something. It was like, I guess in this industry, it's not really, it seems that it's the usual that you as an artist has to just be like available and like wanting to keep going and keep doing what you do and like say yes to all great opportunities. And I've just been so like that had just been engraved into my mind so heavily that it didn't seem like an option. And all of a sudden I was like, fuck, okay, this is actually that thing that I do need to face, and I do need to be brave enough to tell people that I need to look out for myself. I need to put myself first.
Yeah.
Because I think in the end of the day, if I want to be successful, and I mean this sounds banal, but like if you want to be successful, you need to have yourself in it, and you need to recharge yourself, and you need to feel grounded in what you do. And all this was just like a realization for me all of a sudden. So it was really like, "Pff, fuck, okay,